Hey folks, it's the Wizard with Wizard of Mo Games, and today we're at the Wizard's Table. We're going into campaign mode, Chapter 3 of Call to Adventure Epic Origins. So, just to recap the last two episodes, we created a character that was a construct pirate, rogue, tragic hero. And in Chapter 2, we had a halfling adept, fighter, hero of destiny. Each one had a different adversary. I believe the first one fought the Dark Lord, and the second one fought a legendary beast. So we will open up a new chapter pack, and we will see what happens today. So, I hope people have been... those who have been watching along may be working on creating some 5th edition characters. These will convert. If you go to Brotherwise Games, there is a way to convert these characters into 5th edition. Each chapter of this campaign is going to create a brand new character and have a brand new adversary to face. And it's also going to come with a pack of cards that is going to allow you to seed into these decks. And basically, when you're done with the 7 chapters or the 6 chapters in the final episode, you will keep all of them in there, and then you can play competitively or competitively, or solo with all of them. So I'm going to set that aside. We're going to look. This one is Chapter 3, Crisis of Faith. And it's going to give us a little bit of story of what's going on there. And then it's going to tell us our objective is to confront the false god. So somewhere along here, we will have another adversary. So this adversary that we have and are going to add to the pack looks like we have false vision, fallen angel, celestial, and ascended deity. So the fallen angel will be the first side of the adversary. And this particular adversary, it looks like it's going to be using wisdom and strength. So the two abilities needed have changed on each one. And the second half of this is the false god. So there are some things that happen in the game that looks like when the hero adds a dark points path to their story, they're going to add another experience to this. When you add a light points path to your story, you're going to remove one and gain +2 to this attempt if you have more light paths than dark paths. So that looks pretty cool for the fallen angel. And then on this side, we're going to try to... looks like you add more experience, which is sort of like the excess health. It makes the challenge a little bit harder to do it. And you get -1 if you're attempting a dark path whenever we roll the fate token. And when the hero adds a light path to their story is this. So it looks like we're looking to go more angelic and light on this one. So we're going to put it here. The reign of the adversary is still the same. Whenever you fail a challenge, you're going to add more experience to this. These are the additional 5 tokens there. So this challenge is a 6. Anything excess of that, I'm going to remove these. At the end, it's a challenge of 8 plus whatever else is left. So I will need to score that much in my challenge attempt in order to defeat him. Whenever I roll the fate token, I'm going to play a card from the adversary deck. And it looks like we're adding false vision to this deck. Reveal this as a hero attempts a challenge. Unless they have 3 light paths in their story, the adversary will gain that. So we're going to add this false vision into the adversary deck. We have removed... each adversary has their own card that they seed into this deck. We have removed the first chapter and the second chapter card because they do refer to the actual adversary. So they're thematic. And so what do we have here? It looks like we have a new heritage card. So now we could be looking at a Celestial. We're not going to play the Celestial unless we draw it. It just gets added to the deck, and you have an opportunity to pull that. Later on when you play, once everything's in there, it will be mixed in with everything else, and you have a chance of pulling that up as a heritage. And then here we have as an ascended deity, and this is going to be in our, what is this? Our Destiny deck. So in the first couple we added like origins, and we added classes. Now we've added a Destiny card, and I think each time we're adding a heritage card as well. So let's go ahead and just get these all shuffled up. So to start this character, we've got Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3. I sort of rearranged the board a bit. We're always going to start with our 3 basic runes here. 2 of them have successes and a miss, and then 1 has success and fate. And this is where we get to look at our heritage card. It tells us whether we can draw hero or anti-hero cards and other little things like that that could help us throughout the game. And this is whether we succeed or fail, we will open the next envelope. If we defeated the false god, we will confront it once more in a future play session. But your next session should be against the old one. So the next chapter is Cosmic Horror. So it looks like we're getting into Cthulhu-esque type stuff in Chapter 4 for those who are following along. Let's go ahead and set this one aside. We are dealing with the Crisis of Faith. Nice. All right, so when we pull these, I'm going to pull them from random. We pull one of these, and then you get 2 of each of these, and you choose one of them. And I have removed all of the cards that we've come across before, so each one of these will be new in the build. There won't be any crossover. We'll not have another fighter or another rogue or anything like that. So I'm sitting at 3, 6, 9, 10. I still have 10 of these to choose from, and so we'll just go ahead and dig right in here. Do we want to go deep, or do we want to go shallow, or do we want to go in the middle? Let's pull this one right here and see what we found. We have found a gnome. So the gnome, when you roll the fate token, you gain a hero or anti-hero card, or you can discard a card to add +2 to your attempt. Well, that's cool, because we're going to have these cards in our hand over here that we can use to modify things. That's great. I think that's going to be great. So these will get tossed aside. That is our heritage. We are a gnome. So we're going to get to look at 2 of our origins here and see, where did we start? Where did we come from, folks? Let's shuffle them up real good. What do we have here? 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12 to choose from. So we found a gnome in the middle. Do we want to go to the middle again? No, we're on the left side. Let's go ahead and take something over here on the left. Say one of those 4. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Let's grab number 2. And let's grab another. Let's grab number 4. All right. So our choice here is warrior or ghost. Are we going to be a gnome ghost or a gnome warrior? Well, let's look at our guy over here. It looks like we're going to need wisdom and strength to fight against him. So with the warrior, we're going to start with a strength and a dex. And with the ghost, we're going to start with wisdom and charisma. Well, it looks like each one is supporting once, but come on, man. A gnome ghost, let's go for it. We're going to toss the warrior. Maybe it'll come up later. So we'll go ahead and put it over here. And this means we have access to the first wisdom token. And let me turn these over here. The first charisma token. This is already shaping up to look good. When you journey, you may replace a card on the table with any discarded trait or challenge from the same act. Well, that's cool. Journey is when you spend an experience point, which we do start with 3, and basically to discard one of the cards and put another in its place. Well, this says when you do that, instead of drawing a fresh one, we could actually grab one that we discarded earlier and put back into play, as long as it's in the same act. All right, cool. Let's come look at these. So this is our class. So I am a gnome ghost. What kind of class will I have for this character? Well, here we go. We're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them. So we went middle, we went left. Let's go middle again. Let's go 5 and 6. Let's just do that. Set these aside, and let's see what our choices are. It looks like we have the choice between a bard or a barbarian. Well, come on. A gnome ghost bard, a singing ghost? No. We're going to go with a gnome ghost that became a barbarian. Wow, that's awesome. We'll go ahead and put it here. Now this class allows me to put experience on it, and for every 2 I put on it, I get the benefit plus the benefit before it. So if I put 2 on it, I get +1 to attempt any constitution paths, and if I have 4 on it, I get +1 to attempt strength paths and +1 for constitution. And if I have 6, whenever I cast a dark room, I get to choose a result. That's good, because whenever we purchase one of these for 1 experience, we get the option of a success and a double success. But when we get the double success, we gain corruption, which can move us down and limit what cards we can play. So paying to pull that in with the chance of getting another success or 2, it's automatic. You're going to get at least 1, but you can choose which way you want to go with it. So that's pretty cool. When I have 6 experience on a barbarian. All right, and now we will choose our destiny. This is what we are to become. So the gnome ghost has become a barbarian. And what is our future? What do we have here? We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them. This is on the right side. Let's take this one. And let's take that last one. Let's look at those. And let's set these guys up here aside. And see what our choices are. We will become the chosen one. And this is for in-game scoring on your destiny. And as I've said in the past 2 videos, I'm not playing for points right now. I'm playing to create a character and defeat the adversary. But what's going to work best? Is this gnome ghost barbarian going to become the chosen one? Or will he become the secret sovereign? All with in-game points. Wow. You know what? We are trying to get light. We're going to try to be the chosen one. You are the one that is going to defeat the fallen angel. And we'll take the secret sovereign and put it back into the deck. We'll use that for another character. So this is where we are. This is how we're starting the game. And so we're going to lay out 4 Act 1 cards. We're going to shuffle all of these. And nothing is preset in this. It is completely random. You do get a couple of choices out of the cards that you play out, but I'm just doing it based upon my thought process. So others may choose to build differently, but this is our character build, and I'd be really interested to see what this translates to in a 5th edition D&D character. All right, Act 1 has, it looks like a concealed vault. We could pick a lock or find hidden riches. Over here, this is the village tavern. We could win a drinking contest or embark on a quest. This is the military institute. We could train as an officer or become a mercenary. And then this one is the mountaintop monastery. We could make a pilgrimage or we could defend the monks. So I see these challenges and I see these paths, and you can choose to take the upper path, and it has a difficulty level, what you have to succeed, what you have to roll, successes. If you take the lower path, it is one harder to get. It's a little bit harder to get it, but sometimes the reward is a little better, and you're going to gain the rune that it shows, and you're going to tuck it up in here. So we know that we need strength and we need wisdom in order to take on this adversary. So I am looking, first of all, on the easy path. I see one here that has wisdom. In the hard path, I see strength, which is on the same card. I see strength here, and I see wisdom here. So we have a lot of options on how to develop our character. So, I am the gnome ghost. I'm a barbarian. Maybe I'll go to the mountaintop monastery and make a pilgrimage just to see what has happened to me and why have I been brought back as a barbarian. What is going on here? So I'm going to go ahead and move this up, and I get to choose any of the runes that it shows available to use, which is wisdom and strength. And I have wisdom and I have charisma. So I get to choose my wisdom and the 3 basic runes, and I get to roll them and see if I succeed in this pilgrimage. It has a level of 3. So let's roll them up, and what do we have? It looks like we're setting on 2 blanks, and the fate token. So we have not succeeded. So we need to find out what we're going to do. This is going to have us play a card from the adversary deck, but this is also going to allow us to gain. I should have started with a hero card. I'm going to look at it and give them +1 to attempt if it's that, or +2 to face the adversary. Okay, this isn't going to help me right now, so there's no cheating involved there. Now, I see that because I've rolled that, I could discard a card to add +2 to my attempt. That's cool, but let's see what this guy is going to do first. Let's flip it up, and it is a wandering monster. We've seen this before. It's the gelatinous cube. I think there's 2 in this deck. Reveal this as a hero attempts a challenge. It has +1 difficulty. So it is now a 4 difficulty. I have rolled 2. I'm going to go ahead and use this fate on my gnome to discard Finest Hour. Now this means that I'm not actually using this card. I'm using it to trigger +2 to my attempt. So this will actually go away. I'm not going to be able to collect it for in-game scoring, but again, we're not worried about that. So with this +2, I get a 4. The challenge level is 4. I have succeeded in making a pilgrimage. This is going to tell me what I need to do. And because I gained this, I am going to gain access to my 2nd wisdom token. Cool, we are already moving right along. That's cool. So let's replace this. And intimidating. Well, what is this? This is a trait. If I took trait intimidating, when I gain this, I would gain an experience point if I have at least 1 sword rune. I do not. And intimidating would give me charisma, because charisma is good and bad. So I don't need it. I already have a charisma. So let's look and see what else we have. The Military Institute. It's a hard route. I could use that strength. It'd be really nice. If I went here to find these hidden riches, see, I have no runes that match this. So I would need a 4 using just my 3 basic runes. And that doesn't sound too appealing to me. Over here, this win a drinking contest really is not for me. There's nothing in there that I want. So let's go ahead and journey. And I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 experience point to discard Win a Drinking Contest. And I'm saving that over here because when I journey, I could replace cards from here. And we're going to replace it. And it is Athletic. Oh my. That's playing into what I need to fight the adversary. And I don't think there's a choice on this. I'm going to go ahead and grab the Athletic and place it here, gaining me access to the first strength token, which is the sword. That's really cool. So currently I'm sitting on 2 wisdom, 1 charisma, 1 strength, and these translate to stats when you convert to 5th edition. So that's pretty cool. We've got 2 of the 3 in chapter 1, act 1 here. So let's go ahead and reveal another card and see what we got. Tough. What did this say when I got it? When you gain this, gain that if you have Constitution. I do not. So I didn't get any additional benefit out of it, but I'm okay with that because I am already sitting on 3 out of the 6 runes possible for me to go and fight this guy. Tough, well, that's cool. It's Constitution. When you gain this, you get experience if you have at least 1 dexterity. Let's see. I only get 1 more card off this level. Now I see here I have not added any dark. I have not added any light. I get +2. I have not failed the challenge. I have played that card and any excess. Okay, so I've not triggered any of this. Sometimes you got to look back and make sure that some of the things that are written on these cards activate, that you actually take care of it. And I have not at this point. So I think what I would like to do is maybe go ahead and do I want to be a mercenary or do I want to find hidden riches? I'm a ghost, but I'm a gnome, but I'm a barbarian. I don't care about the riches. I think I want to become a mercenary, and it might be difficult. But if I add this to my story, I'm going to make the fallen angel stronger. The adversary will become stronger if I do it. Over here, if I take this lower path, it's going to be 4. I already have 2 of these, so I'd be rolling 5. I would find hidden riches. Not only would I get the 3rd wisdom token, but I would also gain access to another hero card. You know, let's take that path. Let's do this. Let's find hidden riches at the concealed vault. Let's go ahead and pull up the 2 wisdom and the 3 basic tokens. We will leave our strength and our charisma aside, and we will roll to get a 4. I need 4 out of this. Am I worried about getting it? Should I pull a dark rune? I can't choose it. I could discard a card. Okay, and I gain a card, so let's see what happens. I only gain it if I win, so I can't gain the card and then discard it. But if I roll Fate, I could get a card and discard it. So let's see what happens. All right. Looks like 4 slashes. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. I needed 4, 3 plus 1 to do it. Nothing else triggers. I have found hidden riches. And because this was a bottom task, we're going to go ahead and place it underneath and to the bottom of my character. And that ends chapter 1. So what this does for me is that I gain access to that ever coveted final wisdom rune, which if I roll the reverse, I'm going to get a hero card. And because I did this, I'm going to get a hero card. Selfless act. Gain light, divinity, or give another hero, which is in multiplay, to gain 2. Well, if I did get corruption, I could move myself back up the track. But currently, I think what I have done is just ended this chapter, and I have filled myself up with the wisdom necessary to fight this fallen angel. That's nice. Clean up. We're going to take all of these cards and this one that we discarded, and chapter 1 will be complete. Now at the end of, Act 1. At the end of Act 2, when I get the 3 cards here, is when I fight the fallen angel, and then at the end of Act 3 is when I fight the big bad adversary. So I sort of shuffle those up. We're going to put those up there. We're going to break out Act 2. Shuffle that up. How's everybody doing today? I'm doing fine. Can you believe this? An athletic ghost. Maybe he was an athletic gnome and drank that potion and died and became a ghost. So he made a pilgrimage to find hidden riches. He is a barbarian. How did I become a barbarian? When you came back, we mixed things up. Your ghost is that of a barbarian. No. So let's see what we can do with chapter 2. Act 2. I keep messing that up. All right, here we have a forgotten mine. We could try to find the lost mine, or we can delve for treasure. This one is a freedom fighter. That's cool. That's a trait. This is make peace. Knoll encampment. Make peace or defeat the chieftain. That's pretty cool. All right, and then over here we have a researcher, which is a trait. All right, well, let's take a look at these. It looks like this is a wisdom path. We're full on wisdom. It'd still be cool to get it. This is a wisdom path. That's cool. We have a good chance of defeating it. But right now I am looking to build on my strength. And this will allow me to use both wisdom and strength in order to test it. And it is currently at a 5 difficulty. It would be +1. If I defeat this, I would get an anti-hero card. This would be 2 points, but because it's light, I would remove one of these off of the adversary, and I would gain a 2nd strength. You know I have to do it. I'm going to do the bottom path on the Knoll encampment, and I will defeat a chieftain, or at least I will attempt to do it. I will get to use all of my wisdom, you know, because he's not that smart, and just a little bit of finesse with my strength, along with these 3 tokens, and I need 6 to achieve this. But anything can happen, because these old bones, the fate, can be twisted. Let's let you look at them first, and then I will dig in there. And it looks like 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, but we do have a fate token. Why don't we go ahead and see what they are going to do? It looks like Cursed Treasure. Reveal this as a hero attempts a challenge. They may gain a moon to draw a card. Oh, they may gain corruption to draw a hero or anti-hero card. I don't think I'm going to do it. Okay, that's cool. It looks like we succeed. What do I need to do? Well, I don't need any more, so instead of adding +2 to the tempt, let's go ahead and grab a card. I'm looking to be light. Let's go ahead and go with the hero. No anti-hero this time. Channel Divinity. Choose a hero attempting a challenge, and for each wisdom in their story, they gain +1 to their attempt. Look at this. We're already sitting at 3. Now this would actually, if there were more, that's great. I cap out at 3 runes, but I could add more of these in there. It would give me bonuses. That is so cool. Success. We have defeated a chieftain. This is going to give us a couple of things First, we will get the dark card. That was just by default. I took it from the guy. Intense effort. Play this as you attempt a challenge after the runes have been cast. Choose a dexterity, a constitution, or a charisma rune and flip it over. Well, I'm using the other two, so, yeah, I'm using two that are not on there, so that's okay. Next, 2 of the light points, which means we're going to remove one of these from that guy, and our second sword access. So anyone keeping up with your stats over here, we are currently at 3 wisdom, 2 strength, and 1 charisma. Okay, cool. The barbarian defeated a chieftain. Let's move another card. Act 2. Filthy Rich. When you gain this, gain experience for each crown in your story. Or take 2 from the adversary. Oh, well, that's cool. But do I want to be filthy rich? I already found hidden riches. So let's look and see what else we have. You know what? I would like to pump these into the guy, but I'm going to go ahead and spend an experience point to journey. And let's go ahead and do that, and let's remove one of these cards. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. It does have a dark diamond on it, and that would give him more health. So let's go ahead and just dump that and see if we can walk on and find a different treasure hunter. When you gain this, take stuff from another player or the adversary. Oh, that's cool. And it gives you a dexterity. Do we want to spread ourselves then out? A dexterity would help us against this one. That freedom fighter, that's light. You know, if I just take freedom fighter, when you gain this, gain 2. Boom, boom. I'm taking him. Now I am way up here in points. I have to go dark before I can start playing my dark cards. So these guys are, in essence, off the table. I cannot play them. But I did gain freedom fighter. And because I did, it has a white diamond, which means they're going to lose another point. So I'm chipping away at the adversary. Let's put another Act 2. Is this going to help? A puzzle door. Uses intelligence and dexterity. I have neither one. I would be rolling 3 regular runes and it would not help me. Treasure hunter. Gives me a dark card. This gives me some intelligence. None of these really look appealing. I've got 1 experience left. Now these would count as points, again, in a point playing game. I'm using them to journey. That's what I need to do. Let's go ahead and get rid of this thing. Do I want to bring that one back? I do not. Boom. Let's pull it. Wow. All right. So we have found the primeval island. For 4, we could establish an outpost and gain a constitution. But for 5, we could fight a Tyrannosaurus. And it's a light diamond, which would take another point off of him. I have 2 strength and 3 to roll a 5. You know what? I don't have any experience to spend to get a dark rune. That would have been nice. That would have been nice. But let's go ahead and see if we can fight a Tyrannosaurus. We're probably not going to do well. But that's part of life, right? There we go. That's what I got, so I'm going to count it up. It looks like 2, 3, 4, 5. There's another one. 5. Fight a Tyrannosaurus. I defeated a Tyrannosaurus. I am the Ghost Barbarian. I'm a gnome. It doesn't matter. I'm a ghost. I feel no pain. We won. We defeated it. Nothing special came up. We will put it here, and we will collect the rewards, the 2 diamond points. Takes another chink out of the old fallen angel adversary, and it will gain us access to the final strength token. We now have maximum strength and maximum wisdom going into the first adversary battle. This ends chapter 2. We will pick up these cards, and I always give it a shuffle when I'm done, just in case something happens. And we are going to move these guys over here. This is the fallen angel. I can use my wisdom, I can use my strength, and I can use my 3 basic runes. He has 6, and I get +2 to attempt this if I have more light diamonds in my path, in my story, than dark ones. Well, I have 1, 2, 3 of them. I am light, so I have +2 already. But things can happen. Let's see. Oh, you're going to look at this. That is a lot of runes, folks. That is a lot of runes, but we did roll that fate, so let's watch out. We're sitting at 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But there is fate. I think I want to see what they draw first. Prisoner in peril. Reveal this as a hero attempts a challenge. If they fail, the adversary will gain an experience token. Great. For me, gain a light card or dark card or discard. I'm going to go ahead and gain, I say light card, a hero card. I'm going to go ahead. It is a holy symbol. Play this as any hero attempts wisdom or Starburst, Divine Path, add +2 to the attempt. So this is shaping up well for me. This is a success. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 6, 7, 8. I have defeated the fallen angel. Oh, +2 more. 14. Wow, that was a 14, folks. And the fallen angel has flown away and said, to the false god, I was defeated. And the false god said, this interests me. I think I will need to go down and find out who this hero is. And boom, he flips. And there he is. Looks like the same things. If I add dark points, he gets stronger. If I add light points, he gets weaker, but he has no additional experience. And if I roll the fate token, I get -1 if it's a dark path. So, wow. Let's pull these back. That was a great victory. We are strong, and we are wise. And who knew it from a gnome? But what is it? This gnome came back as a ghost, and he is a barbarian. So something mixed up there, but that's fine. All right, now we go into the third act. This is going to be pretty quick, folks. I think we have everything we need to go in and take on the false god, especially since we have wiped out all of the additional experience. We just need to be careful of that fate rune. It could change things, but I think I have enough cards, light hero cards, or hero cards over here, not anti-hero, that we should be able to get in there and really put some pain on this guy. So let's go ahead and look at Act 3. This is how do I become? What is happening to make me the chosen one? Here we have last stand. We could have a narrow escape or a noble sacrifice using Dex and Con. Here we have hatchling heist. We could sell a hatchling or we could raise a dragon. Well, that's cool, but that doesn't look like what we are trying to do. Let's look at this. Doomsday device. We could craft a super weapon or we could prevent calamity. That would get us a light card. These are all light paths on the bottom and dark on the top. So this guy is, it's harder for us to get what we need to knock him down. It's easy to follow the dark side. It's much harder to stay in the light. All right, and here, the same thing. Every one of these challenges has dark points on the top and light points on the bottom. Really, really cool. So, let's see. We really don't need to get any more of these. But if we take challenges that have them in it, it's going to be much easier for us to complete. Because we'll have so many rooms to roll. It's Winter's Heart. Is it Endless Winter, or will we restore summer? Well, we would have 6 rooms to throw on that with a success of 8. Not good. I don't like it. I have no experience. So, I'm not going to be able to journey or anything like that. Here, for a challenge of 6, we could craft a super weapon, but I have no intelligence and I have no dexterity. The only thing outside of strength and wisdom I have is some charisma. Now here, we could raise a dragon with charisma. That's probably... Raise a dragon would be 7. This one would be 8, and I would have 3 turns. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to restore summer. Let's do it. It's going to be 8 to succeed. I'll use my wisdom and these rooms to try to restore summer. And I do have a couple that are going to help me on this high point. Let's see. Boom. What did we get? You take a look, and then I'll pull them out. Let's see. I have 2, 4, 5, 6, a blank, and the fate token. I could discard a card to add +2 to my attempt. I could discard the dark one. But let's see what the adversary brings first. The adversary has the false vision. Reveal this as a hero attempts a challenge. Unless they have 3 light diamonds in their story, the adversary gains an experience point. Well, guess what? 1, 2, 3. So, no. Nice try. No false vision. I have already committed. I will become the chosen one. So now I need to figure out how to turn 2, 4, 6 into 8. Well, I think I will discard this card to give +2 to my attempt. That is my effect of this. It is discarded, and I have +2. I am at 8. 8 is enough to restore summer. So the chosen one has restored summer, and it did give me, it gave me a mountaintop icon, which those are for point scoring and matching. I have some justice over here and 4 more light, but I'm not taking anything for that. I would get another wisdom, but I am all full up on wisdom right now. I'm so smart that I'm turning away any more wisdom that heads this direction. Wait, that didn't sound very smart, did it? All right. Perfect. But this is still hard because I'm only getting one card to replace this. So let's flip it. Look at that. Assassination attempt. I could hire a killer, or I could stop an assassin. You know I'm going to stop the assassin. It's another wisdom path. I have got this down. Let's stop the assassin, please. Oh, maybe not. Let's see what we got here. 2, 4, 5, 6, and 2, no, 7. I thought it was 2 blanks, but it is a 7. And to stop the assassin, it is a 7. I rolled nothing special. Everybody's cool. Hey, how do you become the chosen one? Restore summer and stop an assassin. Wow, you are quickly becoming a fine fella extraordinaire. And here we go. Let's pull all of this back. What great rolls. You know, you cast your fate, and sometimes it works out. And what do we have? This is a planar crossroads. The more difficult path, which is wisdom again. Find a lost soul. This, folks, this is where it's at. I must attempt this. There would be nothing else. This will be my third if I get it. I will choose to use my 3 wisdom, my 3 regular runes, and we will, at the planar crossroads, we will look to find a soul. And here we go, folks. This could be everything we need. I'm not sure what's in there. It may not be enough. I do have cards that can help adjust. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a blank. What did I need? I needed 7 plus 1. I needed 8. I did not roll the fate. I cannot use the gnome's special ability. So I'm going over here to look at my hero cards. If you attempt a wisdom path or a divinity path, add +2 to your 10th. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 8. The holy symbol will help me. I present the holy symbol. This is actually using the card, not discarding it to activate something. So that is a point of white light as well. It would not remove because it's not part of my path, but this has helped me win this, which will give me a divinity symbol, 4 more white diamonds, which would help, and another point of wisdom. So your wisdom is not capped on your runes. So those who are building the characters, I now have 6 wisdom. Craziness. Yes, it's going to be a massively overwise character that you're going to love to play. So points-wise right now, you do have a single charisma, you have 3 strength, and you have 6 total wisdom. Wow, that is awesome. Well, you know that this is just going to really irk the false god, and he's going to come see me. So let's remove Act 3 and see if I can become the chosen one. Here we go. He has a toughness of 8. I see these here. These are rewards. I think you can continue on and gain these and fight multiple. I'm not sure what mode that is, but it looks like he's worth 7 white points. I guess each player that defeats him will gain 7 white points and another wisdom to calculate towards end game. So if I defeat him, you're actually going to have 7 wisdom. Now those points don't translate directly to your, up to 18 points for wisdom, but there is a translation of that, how to convert them, at Brother Wise Games, and you can convert to 5th edition. So if I defeat this guy, you're actually going to have another wisdom to add to that. So let's load up for Bear. We get 3 wisdom, 3 strength, and 3 standard runes. One of them will have the fate token. And for those who haven't watched the earlier videos, you can see on these that I have purchased special runes from Etsy that have the color pancaked in between the rune, so you can see it from the side, and it bleeds through and shows you the actual symbol on it. So this is really cool, easier for me to see, because even though this is bright, it's pretty low light in this room. So here we go. Let's roll it. Are you the chosen one? We shall see. Boom. Okay, you got to see it before me. I'm going to have to pull this guy back to be able to dig into this box. We have, oh boy, there's fate. We have 2. We have 4. We have 6. We have 8. We have 9. And we have 2 blanks. Now this allows me to draw a hero card, so that could help. Song of Rest. Choose a hero who faced a challenge this turn. They gain this light or experience. Okay, so I could play that if I needed the experience to do something. I don't think I'm going to, but let's see. We need to see what the adversary is drawing. And if this says play a card from the adversary deck, this one says -1 if you're attempting a dark path. He is not a dark path. It's not a path. So here we go. Boom. Overwhelming odds. Reveal this as a hero attempts a challenge. Ignore that hero's class power until the end of turn. Well, guess what? I did not develop any of my class powers. So what I have is what I have. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, which is more than enough to defeat the false god. I had enough to add another 3 to that. I could have discarded a card to add another 2 to that. It is overwhelmingly. I have become the chosen one by defeating the false god. So folks, this is how it's played. I'm going to give you a quick snapshot of this guy and all of those attributes. I did gain the extra wisdom, and I did gain another light diamond. I am maxed out on light on the board. The gnome ghost found hidden riches. The athletic gnome ghost, he made a pilgrimage, became a freedom fighter, defeated a chieftain, fought a tyrannosaur. He's a barbarian. He restored summer, stopped an assassin, found a lost soul. He became the chosen one. Convert this into 5e. Put it in the comments. I'd love to go back and see it. Until then, this is the Wizard at the Wizard's Table of Wizard of Mo Games, and I am out.